Good morning. It is Thursday, July 20th, and I am out for a shorter morning run because I cross-trained this morning, which Eleanor was already awake for me to when I was cross-training. So I had to do a bridge, right? And I was doing presses with the bridge. She decided it would be a great idea to sit on my stomach while I did this. So added resistance training. The Stephen West Contrast Glass third clue came out. Actually, it came out really early. It came out at 12:57 a.m. Pacific. So it came out basically at the start of the day. I know he's in Amsterdam. I do not know what the time change is for that, but it came out super early. I obviously have not started it yet. But I read the pattern and gosh, it's kind of confusing. I don't even know what the stitches are, but like every row is written out, and then it's all of these like if you're making this size, go to here, and then you have to find it in the pattern, and then if you're making this size, go to here, which I guess makes sense, but it just seems like there's a lot of room for me to go to the wrong location. So I'm gonna have to print the pattern and like draw arrows and like circle my stuff. But I was reading it and it looks like the gusset decreases and the foot length for my size, I'm making the size 1, ends at 44 rows. But that's how long I knit for the entire foot. Usually, actually it's 45. But so I'm only 1 row short of getting to the toe, which means either the next week's gonna be super short and just the toe, but I think other people have longer feet, or I'm gonna completely miss a design element because I have smaller feet. So I'm not really sure how that's gonna play out, but it's fine. Maybe because I'm using smaller needles, I'll get a little bit more length in the foot, but I'm not thinking it's gonna be like 30 or 40 more extra rows. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like 3 or 4. I don't know. Mystery sock along. Yeah, it's interesting, but we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna work on it after I finish my the July sock swap, which my sister totally finished last night, but I was right. She was not on the toe. She said she was on the she had just picked up the stitches for the gusset when I asked her yesterday, 2 days ago, about where she was, because I see, I know my sister. If she was winning by a long shot, she would be bragging. She did win, but I'm about 20 rows from the toe. So it should be no problem to finish today. I am planning on working on that even though the Stephen West socks came out because of the confusing pattern chunks that I don't want to like be distracted. So it's gonna have to be my nighttime knitting, which is fine. Let's see. I finally joined together the 2 parts of the Vesuvius top, which whew, I don't know why, but it felt like I was so far behind until I joined the top, and now I feel okay about it. Dust of Snow's coming along. Ran out of yarn again, but who's shocked? Nobody. So today I'm going to work on that. Battenberg's coming along. The green's really cute. I really like it. It's called Rest, Relax, and Recharge, which is perfect because I start work in in exactly 2 weeks from today. It's been a very short summer. We are not a year-round school, yet somehow I only had an 8-week-long summer, which is very upsetting because, let's be real, last year I didn't teach for 9 months because I had Eleanor on January 1st and then didn't go back to teaching again until like August 9th or something like that. Granted, the first like 3 to 4 months of that was not a vacation because, you know, I had a C-section and was helping and had a newborn and all of that. So that was not like summer, not like this summer where I'm like running and knitting and all those things, but still the grind of working was not there. And then I still had like 4 or 5 months where I was feeling better, those kind of things. So short summer. My colleagues who actually taught the whole year also say it feels like it's a very short summer. We usually have 10 weeks. We only have 8. So we'll see how it goes. I did get my schedule though, so I'm excited to know what classes I'm teaching. I'm teaching mostly the same things. Actually all the same things, but just the timing of the classes is different. So it's helpful to know a little bit ahead of time because I teach both history and drama. So knowing how I have to transition between the classes, because drama usually requires a bunch of setup, and I walk to the theater to teach drama in the theater, and then I teach history in my classroom. So kind of knowing what to expect is helpful as well. So that's good. Today is just a regular camp day for Lottie. She wants to go to the zoo, but it's just too darn hot. I don't think I'm going to be able to take her. It's supposed to be 92 again today, and she's not done with camp until noon. So she wants to go at the hottest part of the day. So I think I'm going to try and convince her to do something else. We might go to Bye Bye Baby because they're closing, and they're supposed to be like their store's on 60 to 90% off. So we may check it out. We're not looking for anything in particular, but we may go do that. I think that's it for knitting, crocheting, life updates. If you missed yesterday's, I guess it's an episode. If you missed yesterday's video, I am continuing until July 31st. So you'll get Gabs all the way till the end of the month. And yeah. Oh, and if you have any recommendations for knitting challenges that you want to see or challenge me, because I'm a sucker for it, I've got a couple like planned already, but I would love to know if y'all have something you're like, hey, I'd love to see if someone could actually do this. The answer is yes, I will totally try that, unless it's something ridiculous like dyeing your own yarn on top of your roof in a windstorm. I'm not doing that, but something reasonable, etc. All right, I'll see you later on today. I have misplaced my tiny little pocket scale. I do not know where it is. We looked for it last night. I still don't know where it is. It is not in the craft room. It is not on the buffet where I usually put it. It's not on the dining room table. I don't use it anywhere outside of the house, so I don't know where it could have got to. I probably tidied it up somewhere, and now it's just lost until it turns up. We have another kitchen scale, like the one I actually use for like cooking and stuff. So I've been using that to weigh my yarn. Ooh, you're getting a good view of what the craft room actually looks like. It is just after 3 o'clock. We got back from Bye Bye Baby, and apparently I can fit full bed-size guardrails into my car. I wasn't really sure because the back of my car is like sloped, like the trunk part was sloped. But we got to Bye Bye Baby. There were some pretty good deals going on. Everything is 60 to 90% off. So I got some underwear for Lottie in like a size up because she'll eventually grow into it. Got some wall decals, and then she's been really wanting this like Fisher Price iPad tablet thing. Our neighbors across the street, they're super generous. I think they play bingo at the senior center, and sometimes they win things for like children, like they win kids prizes. So they gave both the girls, Lenny got a tablet, Lottie got like a little play cell phone, and it just like plays music when you touch it. Well, Lottie's been desperately wanting her sister's tablet, and Lenny does not want to share it because it's fun. It's a fun toy. So Lottie's been doing chores around the house to try and earn enough money to buy the tablet, and then we happened to see it at Bye Bye Baby on 60% off sale. So I bought it for her, but it's now in the garage waiting for her to earn enough money to get her tablet. So far she's at $4.50. She has to get to $18. So we'll see how long that takes her, but we've done this before and she eventually earns enough money. And then I saw some full-sized bed rails for like when the girls get older, and they were 90% off. So I was like, well, they're gonna eventually need them. So then I had to figure out how to push the girls in the stroller and all the stuff that Lottie wanted and the rails. And they're like full-size length of bed, so they're like 6 or 7 feet. And the only way I can figure out how to make it work is to drape it, is to like run it across the beam, the handlebars of the stroller. So I'm like 7 feet wide trying to push through the aisles of the store with my toddler because she can no longer ride in a stroller, right? Because I've taken up the space where I would put her. So she's walking, clutching her iPad. Lenny's just like all uncomfortable because I had to tip her seat forward. And then I get them all in the car and I have to figure out how to slide the really long box into my car. So I had to slide it through, it's like running parallel to the wheels of the car, right? So it's like I slid it across the back seat, across into the front seat, and I could barely shift into drive because the box was so long. At one point I was holding the box and shifting with my left hand instead of shifting with my right to get the car from reverse into drive. And then I was really concerned because we live on top of a hill. You've seen us walk up and down the hill. I had to drive up that hill. And I was like, oh my gosh, what if it tips and slides out? So as I'm driving, I like grabbed onto the box so it wouldn't slide out the back of my car. And then I'm like chatting all around and I'm like, the girls are awfully quiet. I turn around and they're both fast asleep. So I have no idea how long I'd been talking to myself about this box in the car. The box is still in the car. I'm gonna ask my husband to help me get it because I can carry it, but it's currently 90 degrees and I'm kind of tired from the lifting of the box and the carrying, because I carried both girls inside. Lottie usually walks inside by herself, but she was sleeping, so I carried them. So I'm gonna ask him for some help. I'm also mildly concerned because our driveway is on a slant that if I open the hatchback of my car, it's gonna slide out. And I can't deal with that right now. That's just in my car. So hopefully he will be able to help me when he comes home. It's really just the needing another person, right? Someone to open the thing, someone to catch the thing. So I've finished 3 of my projects for today. I'm working on the Dust of Snow. And then, but I think right now I might work on the Stephen West while both girls are sleeping. So, because I need like quiet focus time on it. So I think I might do that. And then I just saw that Summer Lee of Summer Lee Knits is doing a very, very variegated knit along where you knit shorties out of her basic bee pattern. It's a shorty sock pattern and you use your most variegated skein. So I'm considering doing that as well because, you know, who needs to add in an extra project? I think it's a 2-week long make along and I can make shorties in 2 weeks, no problem. I could probably do them in like 2 days if I only worked on them. So I'm thinking of doing that, but I know that I have to finish these July sock swap with my sister. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait until the last 2 days of the make along and then blitz it because you only actually have to make 1 pair. So maybe I'll just see where I land at like the end of July. I don't know. Is anyone else participating in her knit along? I'll put the info on the screen. She's got an Instagram post and her patterns, I believe, are on, I know they're on Ravelry. I think she has her own website or Etsy. I know they're in 2 spaces because I know Ravelry is not accessible for everyone. So let me know if you're participating, if you want to do like a little group chat on it, because I love knit alongs. That's where I knit most of my things because I like prizes and I like competition and I like a community, which is, I know it doesn't make sense without a competition, but okay. Is it insane to consider having peanut butter ramen for the 3rd night in a row for dinner? I have food for dinner. I have pork loin and quinoa, but I really want to make peanut butter ramen again. Is that crazy? I thought I didn't want to make it, and now it's 4:20 and I want to make peanut butter ramen again. What should I do? Okay, 2 things. I did pick the giveaway winner for the stitch marker and I used a random number generator. So the winner for the stitch markers from I think like July 12th or 13th is Jenny Zuniga. So Jenny, if you will email me or send me an Instagram DM with your address, I will get that in the mail to you. Congratulations, Jenny. I also put her name and handle on the screen. Also, I know you were all wondering, did I have peanut butter ramen for a 3rd night in a row? Absolutely, I did. I texted my husband and I was like, I think I'm gonna make peanut butter ramen for dinner again. He's like, again? And I'm like, And I asked my 3-year-old, I asked Lottie, I was like, should I have peanut butter ramen again? She's like, yes, mama, eat what you want. So I ate what I wanted, but I do think I need to branch out. I need something else for dinner. Daniel gets off work tomorrow at noon, so we usually do something a little bit fancier, or I cook something fancier for dinner on Fridays, or we go out or something. So it will probably not be peanut butter ramen, but that's how good it is. Really, really, truly. I think that's it. I will see you all tomorrow.